Hi everybody, welcome. Let me just see, are people coming in? Everything seems to work fine. All right, LinkedIn is also live. Hello LinkedIn. All right, let's just wait a few seconds until people are coming in and joining this stream. Let me know if you're here in the chat, or that you're here in the chat. That's what I meant. Say hi. Let me know if everything works, if you can hear me. And then we are going to start another impromptu live stream, like always. I know. But it's it's for me, it's important to come by. I want to come by every day or more days. Talk about data engineering, talk about data, talk about what's going on in the business. So today we're going to talk about, okay, I see the first one, Big Data Infotech. Hi, welcome on YouTube. Let's see who's here on LinkedIn. Today I titled this number 149. So we're already 149 live streams in. All negative, a news API. I tried the Guardian news API from one of my projects. I'm going to talk a bit about that more in a sec. Why I did this, but the news is all negative. Like, very difficult right now. I don't know if you have seen that as well. I posted about it yesterday on my LinkedIn. It's annoying. Like, everything is negative. Then 50% never used Kubernetes before. Very interesting. People are telling me like everybody needs to learn Kubernetes. Seems not. So let's talk about that as well. And also I built a new Lego set here. This one here. I'm going to show this to you more in a sec. So that's all what we're going to talk about. And got hi, hello. LinkedIn, does LinkedIn work actually? I don't, is it running? I think it's running, yeah. Yeah, so let's, all right. Hi to Namibia. Welcome, Jeripo. Toan. Hi. Yeah, so let's dive right into it. What I have been doing yesterday, I've been looking at a news API. And why have I been doing this? The thing is, for my academy, I have a course that's called Machine Learning and Containerization on AWS. I'm in this camera here. And the problem with this course is what we've did was we are getting data from Twitter public API and basically tweets from the Reuters news feed, and we're feeding this through our through an algorithm that we host as a container on Fargate, and that algorithm actually then analyzes. No, that's here. That creates the sentiment for the tweet for the news, right? Now the problem, I don't know if you have heard this, but Twitter changed their API. I think 3 months ago, and I was waiting to like, maybe they change it again. They changed the API from the free API being to query data. Now the free, here, Twitter API. API documentation. No, that I think that's the wrong one. Is the pricing in here? So the pricing of the Twitter API. Now it's absolutely ridiculous for students and so on. It's stupid because the free version here, let me make this bigger. Because now the free version is only a write, or is a write only version, which is, why would you do this? I like, so it's rate limited to 1,000 tweets per month. Only one app can use it, and it's write only. So there is no longer a query option for the tweets, which actually breaks my program, or breaks my course in the academy. Right? If you have created it before, it was working for some time, but for new students, I need to fix this. And the problem here with the basic one for hobbyists $100 per month is like, who are these hobbyists? Who are these people who are going to spend $100 a month for Twitter API access? I don't know. I don't get it. It's super dumb. But yeah, so that's the problem right now. And what I have been doing is I've been looking around. One option that I found was the Guardian open platform. I think Guardian is a UK based newsletter or publication. I'm not sure if there are some people from the UK here. I think the Guardian is that more tabloid? I don't know. Is that more of a tabloid magazine? I don't know. I think so. I think so. Because the interesting part is, if once you query the data, everything is negative. Everything. It's annoying. But yeah, what you can do with this, let me quickly see if I can actually press explore here without it adding my key. So you can actually then, once you log in or once you register, you're getting a key, and that key you can put in here, an API key, and with that you can query data. Then it shows you here the actual setup of the data, and here are the news stories, right? So that's nice. They have a documentation for the whole API, how it should be, right, with the sections and everything, tags and so on. So the search here, the one that I was using, right? It's really nice. It shows you what are the fields and so on. So that I thought, well, let's try this out. But as I said, the thing is, so what I did, I modified this. Just the news just before our stream, I actually I refreshed the news, and like I don't know if you've seen this, it's all negative. It's really annoying. Labor claims appeal court ruling shows something completely unraveling. Yeah. I don't know. It's like spy cop scandal. Umang, it says the video quality is not great, or is it just me? I don't see any changes. Or any problems from my side. Don't know. Somebody else maybe adding something to this. Let me quickly know. It says here connections stable. Now I'm confused. Because it's saying here something like that. It's fairly good. Why does it say the connection is fairly good? I'm confused. Yeah, so that's the thing with the API. So what did I do? I just tried this out. So the interesting part is once you try it out, they directly give you a URL that you can then query, and that will then give you the information. And so what I just did is I went in and I got myself with requests. I used the request library to just get the result from the API, because in this whole string at the end, that's my API key in it. And this will then return me a response JSON. And this response JSON is exactly the same one that we've seen here. Basically, this here will be then in the JSON, in JSON format. I also can show you the same thing I tried with Postman, which is an awesome tool to query APIs. And here you can see exactly how it is. So you have the JSON, you have the response part here, the response objects, and in the response you have the results, which is a dictionary of messages here, of articles. So it's from a standpoint of usage, login was the registering for it was very easy. The getting the information is also very easy. What I did is I then just used JSON normalize and used here basically went into response and the results object, and then I printed these out. So this is the head I did. So you see the data types of the columns that it has, section ID, the title, the URL, and so on. And then here are all the columns in as they appear. The only thing that I did is, for this project, I'm not going to need any all the columns. So I just said, okay, with df.log, I just want the web title and the web publication date. And then I get another data frame, and this data frame I put in my file here, Guardian output reduced, and that's actually this one here, where there's just the index of the row and the actual news or the headline and the time of the news. So this is how you can do something. Just use the requests API and build yourself the URL or the API you're querying. Build yourself an API call that you're querying from the API. So this has content guardianapis.com, and that's the search API that I'm using. And these are all query parameters here with the date, with the order by newest, and page size, and at the end is also the API key in this. I could do this a bit better, have this as individual variables, and then basically concatenate these in here. Could also do it like this, but yeah, this is how I've done it. And yeah, so I basically the only thing I did is I took the did I take the lambda? No, I actually didn't take that lambda course. I took a piece of code from my Python for Data Engineers course and just dropped this in here. But it's pretty nice, right? So using APIs is actually not a big deal. A good documentation is very important. You need a good documentation. Somebody asked me on our Discord, Andreas, what should I do? I have an API. There is not a good documentation. Should I just go around and try how I can access the data and so on? Like how should I work with this? And I said that's the worst thing that can happen, because you need the documentation is essential, right? That you know which are the parameters. How can I feed the parameters that you can try it out. I don't know. Your comments. Put your comments in while I'm trying something here. I can't do it. Yeah. So APIs, the first topic, APIs, is important. I don't know if I should use the Guardian API because it's just negative, and if we want to have a sentiment of the news stories, then just kicked over something here. Then I don't think it's the right thing to have. So yeah. Then we had the topic of Kubernetes. People are telling me very often Kubernetes. You need to learn Kubernetes. Everybody needs to learn Kubernetes. Everybody needs to do it. Let me show this to you. I've been doing a poll about this on my LinkedIn because I'm always interested in what people think, right? So I have been doing a poll. Have you ever used Kubernetes? And this was just used. This was not, are you an expert in it or something? Have you ever used it? The answers were yes, I used it all the time, sometimes, never used it before, and what is Kubernetes? And this thing has 500 votes, so it's already a good number from my followers, which are largely engineers and some data scientists. So 24% say yes, I use it all the time. This is a good number, actually a very interesting number. You could say, well, just 24%. Because it sounds sometimes that 100% needed, but 24%, I would say these 24 use it in production because they use it all the time. So maybe 20%, but these first part, these I think are the people who use it in production. Sometimes this could be for testing, this could be for education, and so on. 30%, but that's not something, not a main use case, not something they always work with. More mature companies use it all the time. Yeah, Matthew. Yeah. Yeah. Never used it before, 40%, which is a big number. And that's what I always say. Not everybody needs to use Kubernetes. So if you understand how Docker works and you can use Docker, you're already very good. Never used it before. What is Kubernetes? Actually, 7%. I don't know what it is. Interesting thing. So it's for these 7%, it's worth looking into it. Right. But I mean, is that high? The thing is, sometimes you can also use Kubernetes without actually using Kubernetes, right? You're on AWS, you're using something like Fargate, which is Kubernetes as a service, I would say. Like you don't see the background. Most likely, I'm guessing they have Kubernetes in the background, but it isn't presented for you as this is. But yeah, I found that really interesting to see what these people thought. All right. What else did we have? I'm also like your questions. Put your questions in the chat. What you think? Not a lot of people here today, which is a bit sad. Seems like nobody cares anymore. The new Lego set. Let me show you the Lego set. This thing I built yesterday, or I finished this yesterday. Here, pretty nice, right? It's here. Let me. Hopefully, I don't mess it up. Here, Star Wars Super Star Destroyer Executor. They have one that is over, I think, 1.5 meters large, but this one is actually a small one, and has these two little Star Destroyers here. It's nice. I actually had that for, I think, on May 1st or something. They ran this as for the May the 4th be with you and so week. So I actually got this, but it's a nice model. It's really well done. A lot of details here in between here, and yeah, nice. And so this is going to also you have the thrusters here. And this is going to live for now on my shelf and going to keep me a bit company. Yeah. Here's one question. Is Spark good for data transformation or DBT? Which one to learn? It totally depends on the use case. Like, so there are a few factors that you have to keep in mind. If you're coming from an analyst role, DBT is very good because you can do most things in DBT with Spark, with SQL. That's really cool. So you can use or leverage your current knowledge. If you're coming from the software development side, Spark is very interesting. From the use case side, Spark gives you a bit more options of working with data, because Spark is a full processing framework. You can run streaming jobs, you can run ETL jobs. On Databricks, you can also do ELT. So ETL is extract, transform, load. You extract something from the source, you transform the data, and then you load it into the destination. ELT is you extract it, you load it directly into your warehouse, and then you transform it in the warehouse. DBT is for ELT, for transforming the data in your warehouse, which it's a very good use case. It's a lot of fun to use. But for like streaming jobs or for just processing data on a large scale, Spark is really, really good. Especially that large scale thing, that is very important to keep in mind. I have been using Kubernetes for education purpose in my GCP Cloud Engineer certification. Hey, nice. Congrats. Still new to me though. Well, for me, I also haven't used this really in production in a company because the scale was never there. But nevertheless, I need to create a course on this. I think it's an important topic, and sooner or later, I'm going to create a course on Kubernetes. The interesting part is always when I do these courses, I myself learn something new and get into a new topic. So that's something I am looking forward to. But as we've seen, like not everybody needs to use it, but 24% is a good number. It's a nice number. Yeah. This today, most likely a bit of a shorter stream. I need to actually check what's going on with my. For everybody who's watching now, is the quality good or is the quality bad right now? Or did you also see changing quality? Because I can see on my. Give me this as as a bit of information. What's the quality for you? Just a quick info in the chat. Is the quality of the stream good, or is the quality of the stream bad for you? Good now? Does that imply it was bad before? Changing quality? Not good, says Tone. Okay, I'm going to watch the replay on YouTube. I need to find out what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. Okay. So let's finish for today. I'm going to try to find out what's going on with my internet. Why the connection is not good. And yeah. See you next time. And thanks for the feedback, guys. Tone. And I'm going to mess up your name anyways. So, thanks for being here. See you next time.